there, you two fuckers. I see you there. Oh, Kai, probably radical, stuff like that. Insert intro here. Hey, Mitre. Hey, Curio. Hey, Newsy. How you fuckers doing? Get the microphone out of my way so I can drink my tea like a goddamn broken ass motherfucker that I am. Oh, a little lightheaded today, a little fucking sore, achy. Yeah, it's a fun day. It's a fun day for the neuropathy. At least it's not burning for the most part. There's always a sort of sub-level. Thank you. Van Gogh, Starry Night with cows. Because you can take the boy out of Vermont, but you can't take the Vermont out of the boy. And turmeric tea as usual, because it's very soothing on my throat. Well, like I was saying, Newsy, a little sore. You know, I suffer from small vibroneuropathy. Hope you all have a better year. Good luck with that. You know, I'm not hopeful in that regard, but you can always hope, I suppose. Oh, how about yourself, Newsy? How are you? And hey there, Joe. Sorry I didn't greet you on the way in. Let's get some, I don't know. We'll see how I feel about this. Something though behind the scene. So everybody see Pelosi's house got fucking graffitied up. It was heartbreaking, of course. Oh, it went into comments. You're still recovering from fucking COVID. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. That fucking sucks. We got a couple members of the community right now that are dealing with that shit. Like, it's, yeah. One of my mods is dealing with that shit. And one of our regulars is also, like, back in the hospital. Yeah. Fuck COVID. Sorry to hear that, man. What anything in particular that's still dragging ass on? You got the fatigue or dizziness, or what you got? In the meantime, let's bask in the glory that is Nancy Pelosi's house. 2,000 scratched out. Cancel rent. We want everything. I like the demands. I like the demands going up. Oh. Oh, and there's a pig's head there, by the way. We watched Portland. We watched Portland while we were on air. Rosa was streaming it. So, yeah, we watched a good portion of it. Didn't snap off in the same way that I would expect, to be quite frank. Yeah. Happy relatively arbitrary calendar date to you as well. But thank you for the sentiment, nonetheless. Hey, Squid. I mean, if they refuse to enable people to eat, let alone pay rent, this is gonna happen. This is why I provide historical historical context for these sorts of things when the chuds come in like, wah, but property destruction. Shit happens. What do you expect people to do? Hey, Gringo. What's up? You know what? Yes, I'm everybody's anarchist friend. Potentially sensitive content.
Let them shoot you, that's all I want. We'll start getting ready. Honor your own!
This is the Salem Police Department. This has been declared an unlawful assembly pursuant to ORS
I love that.
6.025.
When they declared an unlawful
All
assembly.
commanded to disperse from this location.
Get your Yankee ass off my property.
If you do not disperse immediately, you'll be subject to arrest.
Dude!
There we go. Twitter video, having a good time.
Job. I got him out here.
Yeah, Twitter's video is buffering a lot. Oh well. I think we get the point. Oh. Oh, there's Enrico with And you see, the leftists are still yelling about it, even though it's a Proud Boy. Fuck. I'm just saying, like, this scene here, very dystopian, very Hollywood, very, I like the aesthetic. Right? If we could just get some more neons going, like you get some reds and purples and blues going on rather than just the dull green yellow of the acrid chemicals in the air, we'd really have a scene here. But yeah, this is pretty much what I expect out of the future. Yeah. Blimp with some Hey, Moomin. Blimp with some advertising on the side. Yeah. That's, I mean, it's pretty much what I expect on a day-to-day. Hashtag fiery, but mostly peaceful. Maybe some big-ass tacos. Exactly. They put in some work on those 2077 graphics. Hey, SJ. Oh, yeah. God, I got to the final mission in that fucking game and I still haven't finished it. Like, game is not great. Let's just put it that way. Moomin, those patches are really paying off. Yeah. Now if we could only patch out the capitalism, that'd be great. Is that available? Can we contact the devs? Can we push that update? Because I don't know who's fucking running this shit, but it would be non-existent. It would be, it would be non-existent in the form or fashion that you come to understand the police. Yes, the police as you understand it today would be non-existent. There would still be a group that is capable of defending society. Yeah, but not in the way, shape, or form, organizationally speaking or behaviorally speaking, as to how we understand police, especially as modern Americans. Pentagon officials have said they've sent additional attack aircraft and refueling planes to Saudi Arabia and other Gulf countries after the Nimitz was moved out of the region. And the White House informed Congress last week that they'd be spending, that they'd be selling an additional, I think it was like $280 million worth of arms. It was a $500 million deal that they did the requisite announcement for like 2 weeks ago in precision munitions and guided bombs and stuff like that. But then there was an additional update that there was more armaments that were going to be sold to them as well. I love that one of the devs pointed that out in the call with the board members, like the irony of them developing a game based on corporate exploitation while exploiting said developers. Yes, I heard about that conference call as well. It's fucking brilliant. A group that's capable of defending society. How would that look? Just wondering. A volunteer organization. Here, I can get you close to it. Are you familiar with the Night Watchman situation or organizational structure? If you're familiar with Night Watchman, mix that with a volunteer fire department of a community, and you start to see where it's headed. Oh, really? All right. There you go. Give you a little reading, gringo. A little help. I feel weird. But with as much shit that's wrong with my neurological system. And gringo, if you have any more questions, you know where to come. I'm happy to point you in other directions. That's why I exist. That's why I'm here. That's why the channel's here. Do I believe that there will be another wave of riots? You mean protests turned into riots by the police? It always starts off as a protest. It really does. And then the popo shows up and shit gets real. Do I think there will? Yeah. After the vaccine comes out? Yeah. Once coronavirus kicks, gets kicked to the curb a little bit more, shit's gonna get real. Yeah. Actually, I'm just checking frame rates. Don't worry. Yeah, exactly. Walrus riots. I mean, admittedly, they sometimes end up in that state that you could just define it as a riot. But the fact of the matter is they always start off as protests. And then the police show up. And shit happens. My ace. Hey, Uzumami. Some places have never stopped. Portland say, oh yeah, we were talking. We just were watching some footage, and we watched live streaming because Rosa was live streaming it for the community last night up in Portland. So yeah, we are well aware. Portland was just out Portlanding last night, which capitalism's still here, authoritarian's still here, and it's New Year's. Might as well go fucking protest, right? Portland, I respect it. The right wing will be dragging people crippled by a car crash in 1992 in front of a camera, saying it's the result of the vaccine. That the evangelists will try to cure them. You're healed. Yeah, a little bit of adrenaline and dopamine surge goes a long ways for the faith healers. It's a hell of a shtick. For those of you who don't know, Kai has a soft spot. Huge soft spot for con artists. Yeah, the art itself is something I've always been fascinated with. And so, yeah, there's some real scumbags out there, don't get me wrong. But the practice of how it goes down and the psychology behind it is fascinating to me. And faith healers have a very particular form of con artistry that they participate in that takes advantage of biophysical responses. You're sad. Hang on, we'll see what happens here. Hey, TCAP, do you actually want to engage in the dialectic? Do you want to use like big boy and girl words? You want to use actual proper rhetorical device and have a conversation about the merits of it? Or do you just want to scream in all caps like a child? So would you like to have a conversation? Or are you just walking into random rooms in a house screaming? Because you've already shown yourself to be a bad faith actor. But I'm willing to extend the olive branch if you'd like to have a conversation. It's what I do here. I reach out when a lot of leftists won't. So, how am I doing? Not amazingly, given the fact that I have a series of progressive neurological conditions that make life not easy, especially compared to how I used to live my life. How about yourself? What's got you in a bunch? How are you? How is the new year treating you? How you doing, Kat? I see the Rona's got into your brain. And let me know how you're doing, Kat, for realties. Oh, lordy. What are we playing? Atlas by Subtact. Hey, Memphis. Thank you for that. Politics never ends. Politics is ever pervasive. It will be here. It was here in the beginning, and it will be here in the end. It's best to come to terms with that for your own sanity and those around you, really. But as the old saying goes, while you may not be into politics, your landlord is, your boss is, the people who own the company that you work for are, right? The people who make the decisions that run your life are very political. So it's best that everyone have a decent political science and civics education, even if it's autodidactically achieved, meaning self-learned, or whether it's formally learned, either or both. Both would be ideal, quite frankly. But hey, Bush. Existence is political. Exactly. Politics is philosophy, and everything is philosophy. Existence itself is a philosophical debate. So you already have skin in the game, whether you like it or not. You might as well, learn how to play the game, right? It's one thing to sit down at the poker table. It's another thing to know how to play it. So, if I may ask, TCAP, I'm going to ask a series of questions. Rebuff me at any point. Tell me, I'm not comfortable answering that at any point. How old are you? Approximately, if you want. Where are you from? If it's U.S., if you don't mind giving a state, that would be super useful. And how do you define your politics? Where do you lie? How would you describe yourself? Hey there, premarital. But it's amazing what sometimes a little conversation can make huge amounts of progress. So all the regulars understand we're engaging in standard channel praxis. You made $350 today. You're not missing a decimal point in that, Bush. Just by doing what you normally do. Like, as in the standard grift. Okay. Yes, premarital handholder's name, we all stand in awe of it because it is a clever fucking name. I tell premarital that all the time. Everybody tells premarital that. It's a fucking clever ass name. Premarital handholder is a good name. 15. All right. So that gives me a point of basis. North Carolina. North Carolina Low Country has the best barbecue in the country. Fight me. Whole hog barbecue with a mustard or vinegar sauce from North Carolina is the top barbecue in the country. I used to live in your part of the world. On the right side, because it corresponds with my faith and a lot of my beliefs. Although I'm right side, I do hate a lot of the Republicans and I hate a lot of the Democrats. It's so sad to see how uncivil, we'll get back to that. Uncivil a lot of people are and how it ruins relationships. That's why I don't really like politics. Hey, RV. And hey, Conway. Yeah, me Trey. Don't worry. I'll tell you, like, unleash the meat or something like that. Sick 'em. But, yeah, like we're actually, we're doing it. Yes. Like I said, we'll come back to that. Okay. So TCAP, I have, a few more years, in this world than you are. So I come from a different perspective. How old am I approximately? Approximately, I'm 38. Memphis. That's approximately how old I am. I'm a little older than that, but I'm approximately 38. So 15, North Carolina. Described as right, corresponds with faith. Okay, so we can make assumptions, right? TCAP, you are some form of Christian. I'm guessing Southern Baptist, though there are options on the table. But given that part of the world, safe bet is Southern Baptist. But feel free to correct me. You're probably most assuredly Christian. So that's a whole other bag. We can, if you decide that you want to continue this conversation, we can have the religious conversation because I do talk religion. And by the way, I'm an ordained minister. So we can talk religion another day, but let's talk politics, even though the two are intimately intertwined, especially at this stage in the game. Let's just talk about how people engage in politics, right? Good faith, bad faith, that sort of thing. This is going to be you're going to feel like an adult is speaking to you. This is going to feel very teachery. And forgive me for being that guy for a moment. But what impulse were you following when you started pasting that wall of George Floyd is cringe? George Floyd is cringe. George Floyd is cringe. What was that? Do you honestly think that is a productive form of engagement? It's not even disruptive to the conversation. Like it's not, I don't think it achieves any goals that you may have in any way, shape, or form. So, classic youngin', just looking for a trigger. All right. Well, you did come to the wrong channel for that, as you can already tell. We're not... My community isn't that. I'm not that. Oh, it's a sort of gringo. It's sort of a nihilistic. Teenagers have a very definitive streak of nihilism, whether they realize it or not, more often than not. Yeah, so it's sort of it is for its own purpose. amusement for amusement's sake. Plus, personally, and Ace, I don't know if Ace wants to get in on this hypothesis. Personally, I think looking back to my teen years, I think with all of the societal pressures and all those social pressures and the peer pressures and the expectations that are thrust upon you, anything that's disruptive or destructive, it seems to feel like an outlet of some sort. But, you know, I'm sure there's some far deeper psychological insights that people with credentials such as Ace could bring to the table on that front. It's an outlet. Yeah, that's what I have that sneaking suspicion as well. All right, thank you, Ace, for the. Okay. So, how did you arrive at your political positions, TCAP? Where did they come from? Have you taken a moment yet? I mean, I know you're still young. Don't get me wrong. Hey, Skeptic. I know you're young, and these are big questions, especially for your age, right? You've got a lot on your plate right now. But have you ever tried to sit down and think about where your political beliefs come from? Like, and not just like, oh, you know, I learned a lot of it from my parents or the community around me, but where do those beliefs actually come from? How did they end up a thing? Because that is what you should probably be asking yourself. Because I could sit here and tell you some of the origins and roots of modern conservatism from a political science standpoint, but that does you no good. Skeptic, actually, no, we've got a 15-year-old in chat right now, and we're kind of talking to them because they're self-described. They're from North Carolina. They're self-described right, based on faith, but have problems with Republicans and Democrats, and they made calls for civility. And so we're just having a conversation based on how they initially engaged in the channel. So yeah. Let me scroll back a little bit here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Gringo is completely correct, by the way, TCAP. I assure you, your politics, if you don't get stuck in a rut and you don't get completely brainwashed, I assure you, your politics by the time you're 20 will be different. Your politics by 29 and 30 will be different, and your politics by 40 will be different. You will evolve. You will evolve. Or at least my hope for you is that you will. I teach the little goblin demons to not pronounce the K in night. Love to you as well, Skeptic. Yeah, well, my brothers and sisters. How many do you have, might I ask? SJ, we had to chase a 12-year-old out. Like, I banned them. Like, there was a 12-year-old in here at one night. We're like, you need to get the fuck out. Like, I had to ban them. Like, leave. It happens from time to time. It's like, this is not a place for you. One of the big things is the fact that I'm pro-life. All right, we'll dive into that in a second. Skeptic is... Oh, I didn't know you were that young, Skeptic. You and Kat are the same age. I used to be an ANCAP. No, you weren't. But, I mean, I get it. You were an ANCAP, self-identified ANCAP, but you know my position on anarcho-capitalism. Not a thing. Fan of Ayn Rand, but then you went down the alt-right pipeline. Well, I'm glad you found your way through it, out of it, that sort of thing, Wolf. Yeah, Ayn Randian objectivism is a hell of a thing. 1 of 9. Oof. Wow. I'm an only child. For those of you that already know and can tell, I know people can tell that sort of thing. Hey Lex. Yes, Skeptic, because they were 12. This is a mature stream. They had no business being here. 13 is the like minimum age, for like legality purposes. Yeah, they had no business here. They had to go, for many reasons. Oh, thank you, RV. Hey, Lupe. Yeah, a fucking baby. Tell me about it. TCAP. The problem, the dilemma, you banned it. The problem, the dilemma with what you suggested with that pro-life question is that childbirth is inherently destructive and dangerous. It is potentially deadly to a mother. And what you're attempting to do is force them to engage in a potentially deadly activity after they were raped. Where is the justice in that? Where is the righteousness in that? To tell another human being that, yeah, I know you just went through this horrific tragedy, but now I'm gonna need you to be a broodmare for the state. Because despite your wishes, and despite any risk to your well-being, your sanity, postpartum depression is a very real and destructive thing. We're gonna need you to carry that child, that fetus to term. It's unjust. Hey, Adia. We've got a youngin'. We got a 15-year-old self-described right-winger from North Carolina who is sure to a certain degree in their pro-life stance. So we're having a conversation. Oh, I'm not, Pastique. Please. Me? Good for... Yeah, exactly. Mommy. OZ mommy. Exactly. It's good. It's good. Try and keep... Guys, you're bombarding TCAP. Like, I'm seeing a ton of tags towards TCAP. So... You know, yeah, oh yeah, Ace, the 13 is just a legal minimum. I don't, honestly, the 15 makes me uncomfortable, but we can work with it. Everything is fine. I'm not even, Pastique, I'm not even, like, pro-choice. I abstract it all the way out to it's a personal property issue. I have nothing to do with it. Right? Like, that's... I have no say whatsoever. I to the point where it's almost like an end-stage, like, abortion nihilism sort of position. I should have nothing to do with that decision. I should have no say in that whatsoever. That's somebody else's body. Like, I don't... My opinion doesn't matter, so why would I even form one? The only opinion I have is shut the fuck up about telling somebody what they can do with their body. That's where my opinion stems from. So yeah, in that way, I'm pro-choice. But yeah. Do you remember the anti-SJW era on the YouTube community? Yes, I do. What inspired me to come into politics was my family, but also watching Stefan Molyneux. I first started watching his history vids, not realizing there's a political agenda behind what he was saying. He seemed so educated at the time. Now I realize he's just a charlatan jackass who something. Let's see. Yeah, I'm glad you know, for anybody who's made it out of the alt-right pipeline or the conspiracy pipeline, here's to you. Congratulations. It's a bitch. Some people don't make it out alive. So, TCAP, let me ask you a question. You're male, right? Forgive me for assuming, but I get that feeling. You're male. Okay. Oh, Jesus. How do you feel about the draft? How do you feel about military conscription? How do you feel about the government coming in and saying, you now work for us? And you have to put your life on the line. Doesn't matter if it's some bullshit war for oil. Doesn't matter if some bullshit we made up. Doesn't matter if it's some enemy that we just crafted out of nowhere. It doesn't matter if we've got more pressing issues at home. We're shipping you abroad. You're going to fight and maybe die. How do you feel about conscription? Because as a male, this is something that's a very real issue for somebody like you, right? This is something you can touch and sort of vibe with. Oh, yeah, Ozzy, Ozmami. Real pro-life is, yeah, fucking houseless programs, rehabilitation programs, drug abuse rehabilitation programs, anti-death penalty, anti-war, anti-police state. This is the true pro-life position, right? I feel you on that sentiment. Oh, who was trying to radicalize his flowers. Okay, gotcha, Wolf. Well, congratulations. Fuck TurboTax, by the way. You can file your taxes for free using a variety of software, and or just the IRS filing site. So fuck TurboTax. "36 months of pregnancy." Solid, Curio. Wow. Okay. How would you feel if I just did that to you, TCAP? How would you feel if I came into your house, kidnapped you, and put you through a process of mental and physical torture in order to break your spirit, to rebuild you in the image that I want you to be built in? That's what conscription is. You don't get a choice when you're conscripted. When you're drafted, you don't get a choice. Oh, rock on. Yeah, I'm glad Bad Bounce got you, Skeptic. Lavender, why do you think there's so much toxicity in politics, and do you think the left deserves a share of blame? Everybody has a share, but the fact of the matter is that the reason it's toxic is because of the divisionary tactics that the capitalist and political classes utilize as divisionary topics and wedges amongst the other classes and other groups. That's where the toxicity comes from. Actually, TCAP, military police in the back in the era of conscription and drafting for world wars and Vietnam, military police would be issued out and would go to people's houses and take people. It happened a lot. Here's a little insight into your country's own history. History that people who are still alive lived through. It happened. They will actually come to your house and take you. Now, it's unlikely to happen, but I'm trying to get you to follow a train of thought. Hey, cool boy. Yes, and that is good. RV, the positive reinforcement is a good thing. That was a long time ago. I doubt that'll happen now. Oh, Flower. You're so young. And so naive still. What's old is new again, and what's new becomes old. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's a reason that we have cliched sayings such as history repeats itself. Why, Kai? Why do we have sayings? But you're missing the point, TCAP. You're missing the point entirely. The point is, what I'm trying to get you to think about. Here we go. All right, so everybody, let me have TCAP for a second. Here's what I want you to take away. I just want you to think about this. and come back. Follow the channel. Follow the channel. I'm on 5 days a week. Come back sometime and let's continue the conversation. But this is what I want you to think about. What justifies anyone telling you what you can and can't do with your body? What justifies a system of governance to tell you what you can do? Where does that authority come from? Why can they do that? And why is it okay? Thank you, Squid, and congratulations, TCAT. I really want you to think about that. Why is it okay? Where does that power come from, and why is it okay for them to wield it? You might find some interesting thoughts on it. TCAP. All right, you got distracted. TCAP. By what authority does a nation be able to tell you what you can do with your body? How is it just that a system that you didn't agree to wields power of life and death over you? Where does that come from? And why is it okay that it even exists? What justifies authority? Research. Look online. Lots of philosophers, lots of political thinkers over the generations have had opinions on this matter. You got plenty of learning ahead of you. But start questioning authority. Where does it come from? Why is it okay? And enjoy your game. Hey, Gulag. All my power comes from consuming marijuana. It unlocks my brain. Do you see what you just stated there, TCAP? The problem. I'm not educated enough to answer this question, but I know you're wrong. You don't know. One, you're a 15-year-old child who is attempting to have a political science conversation with somebody who's well-versed in it. I assure you, we are attempting to be as reductive and unnuanced as possible for bare bones educational purposes. There's tons of nuance and thousands of layers of discussion that we're not going to get into because you're 15 and you don't know jack shit yet. I'm not insulting you. It's just a condition of being 15. We all were there. But what is authority? Why is it okay? Where does it come from? And why is it okay to be used against you? Hey, Arm. And thanks again, RV, and congratulations, Skeptic. Yeah. Speak for yourself. I skipped 15. Oh, Jesus Christ. I wish. Yeah, we all hated hearing that phrase at 15 and never believed it until we get a certain age. You just hit a certain age and you're like, oh, shit. Everybody says it and no one believes it. It is one of the true universal experiences in this world. Everybody older tells you that you don't know shit at that age. And you're like, fuck you, old man. Fuck you, old woman. I know things. And then you hit like 30 and you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. It is one of the most truly universal experiences I have seen. What is it? When you hit 32 and realize you know nothing and then you took your first steps as an adult. Yeah, we're just all fucking like blindly wandering through this shit. And the ones that don't come to that conclusion, they're even further lost than the rest of us. Were you laughing at Trump's veto? No, I don't have time to laugh at Trump these days, but yeah. I mean, occasionally I do, but yeah, that didn't get a huge rise out of me. It sucks. It's like puberty too. Yeah, yeah, it is true. It's true existential crisis mode, right? It's, I think, worse than puberty. I think it's way worse than puberty. Puberty's a bitch, don't get me wrong. Puberty sucked. But that moment that the true existential dread sinks in and you're like, oh, fuck. It gets real. All right. Sadly, quite true. I did just hit 30. 15 years ago, I thought I knew more than I do today. Even 15 years ago, 15 years seemed like a long time. Now that I'm 30, I at least know it's nothing. You're still a baby, dude. Don't act like you know shit. Just keep educating yourself. Oh, yeah. 17 years old, out of high school, pregnant girlfriend, drafted to Nam, set a village on fire, lost 3 limbs, sent back home, 19 years old, father of 2, war veteran, cripple, still can't drink alcohol. My mom when I was 16, you'll understand when you're older. Me, fuck you, I'm an adult. Me at 30, you'll understand when you're older. Squid spawn, but I'm big. Me, wait, fuck. Yeah. It's just a truth of reality. You bought a village on Fiverr. Yeah, or Faildorn. Yeah, oh yeah, Bush. I like thinking back to being 15 when I felt hope and happiness. I don't. Fuck that hope. Hope is the worst thing you can give a person. That says a lot about me, huh? Ripped in village to village and then set it on Fiverr. Rebuilt a village with MacGyver? Did I do it right? Yes, you did, Devil. Well, people had hope at 15. Can we all take a moment to pat ourselves on the back? Right? Like, I don't know if any progress was made there. Other than we took an angsty 15-year-old who was yelling in all caps about George Floyd being cringe over and over and over again, and we stepped him back and had some level of actual discourse with them. Like, that was something. And you all were a part of it. Yeah. I mean, it's usually not a 15-year-old I'm engaging with. But it's something. We should all take a little bit of something away from that. So, congratulations to everybody who was here for that. Hey, Syndicalist. And wait, do you radicalize someone? No, Devil, but journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. We took the first step. I do believe that. No, Skeptic. Just a wall of fucking text. George Floyd is cringe. George Floyd is cringe. George Floyd is cringe. And we, Query. So progress was made. He was just trying to learn, but didn't know anything other than what his parents and family have said. That is true. I do believe that. Query, did Mr. Miyake enslave Daniel when he was training him in karate? I don't think Miyagi enslaved Daniel. I think there was... Okay, maybe a little bit of indentured servitude, which is just another form of slavery. It's another fancy term for slavery. But I do think that Daniel is the bad guy. I do believe Daniel is the antagonist of those movies. Slavery with extra steps. Someone 77 is banned, Skeptic. So they may come back, but they won't be contributing. Or at least not under that account name. They received the ban. Daniel straight up won due to an illegal strike. So it's both a twat move and, in the case of the ref, corrupt authority. Stop trying to summon them. Yes, yeah, we covered that. We talked about that maybe last week sometime, maybe a week before, about the cotton fields and the Uyghurs in China. Yeah, we spoke on that, Skeptic. Tolerant left, am I right? I just think about so many missed opportunities, right? Because, I mean, I understand, different channels, different praxis for different channels, and safe spaces, and being comfortable in an environment. I understand that. But if you are seeking to engage in a political sphere and you are looking to make actual progress, you should make a good faith effort, right? A lot of people would have just fucking banned that dude or timed him out immediately, and it would have fueled that fire, right? It would have just fanned those flames. He was looking, by his own admission, he was looking to trigger somebody for amusement because he's 15, right? But, hey, Momo, thank you. But instead of reacting, instead of being a reactionary to it, what happened was he engaged in this space, and this space reacts differently than a lot of spaces, and we had an actual conversation, and maybe we'll see him again, and maybe we can turn him into a regular, and if we can turn him into a regular, then maybe we can back him off some of those toxic belief sets. You know, if you're gonna be a progressive, you have to understand how to make progress. Hey, Hobo. And yes, and to TCAP's credit, once there was an honest engagement, he chilled right the fuck out. I go on Bad Mouse Productions Twitter, and he tweeted, "Is anyone done with this Uyghur nonsense the media is spewing?" Oh, he's in ML. Oh, he's in MLM now. Lovely. I sure hope so, Momo. I sure hope so. God, yep, Kai's a better person than we are. I am by far a flawed, failed human being, just like every other human being walking around on this planet. You know, pet the chud. Pet the chud. Sometimes they just need a hug. Sometimes they just need a hug. Maybe we can get them off the boots. Yeah, that's right. He didn't get baited by you. Yeah. Aww. Thank you, Devil. Squiddy, I don't want to touch Juds. It's okay. I'll do it for you. Well, I'm gonna speak to him like he's a fucking child because he is a fucking child, Momo. But I will attempt to actually engage on a level that most parents and teachers won't, right? I'll try and have an intelligent conversation rather than, you know, but they're 15. Bye, gringo. Take care of yourself. I have a 15-year-old. Yeah. There you go. Happy New Year to you as well, gringo, and take care of yourself. Until next time. RV with a stick at a distance. Well, so this is a successful stream already. Like, we could check out right now, and I'd be happy. That fulfilled my my praxis quota for the stream. I'm totally pleased. So it's all gravy now. When I was in middle school, my history teacher told me I wasn't allowed to have an opinion on the war in Iraq or the President Bush because I was too young and I didn't vote, so my voice didn't matter. Oh yeah, I'm sure that fucking went over well. It was a radicalizing moment for young me. It pissed me off so much. I asked him on Twitter a year ago why he went down the tanky pipeline. He stated because Marxist-Leninist movements have historically been more successful at creating progress for the working class. He doesn't like the term tanky. Of course he doesn't like the term tanky because it's a pejorative. That's, you know, any terminology that's turned into a pejorative, the group that it is a pejorative for generally has a dislike for it. Capable, yes. Willing, not always. But yeah, I agree, Snail, that, you know, at 15, you're perfectly capable of learning and thinking for yourself. Whether you will, that's another matter. Am I automatically a tanky for being ML in the minds of anarchists? Well, I can't speak for them. That's the thing, Gulag. Anarchists generally don't speak for one another. But here's the thing. Are you an apologist for the atrocities committed by them? Are you overly obsessed with the aestheticism of those groups? Maybe you are a tanky. Are you gonna make excuses for the tens of millions of people that Joseph Stalin led to their early demise? Like, you know, are you gonna try and gloss over all the shit Mao did? Because if so, then yes, you too are probably a tanky. If not, then there you go. Because that's... Oh, Jesus. Unrelated to the kid, but someone was trying to convince me earlier that Mixer closing down cost some Cold War domino theory shit that's going to lead to people boycotting Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, gaming en masse, demand major policy change. Real capitalism copium hours. Ooh, Jesus. Cat G, I didn't know that progress for the working class is having their lives brutally ruled by a militaristic state. Womp womp. 2003, 9th grade. Only person in my school to be against the Iraq War. Lived in an Air Force town. Ugh. Teachers had the televised bombing runs all over Baghdad on full-screen projectors. People cheered as if it were on a football game. That radicalized me to be a lefty for life. Jeez, facts. I can see that in my mind's eye. Like, I really can. I can envision that. Hannity viewers act like they're supposed to. They're supposed to be belligerent assholes. Monkey see, monkey do. That's fair. Anti-democratic, anti-freedom, terrorist-loving. So, yeah. Why did... What? What the fuck? You can still support Stalin and conduct the Holodomor. Can you though? It seems. If I were to rephrase that, you can still support Hitler but condemn the Holocaust. Right? Let's twist that a little bit and tweak it for the other side. Right? Let's take it out of the perceived left and put it over onto the fascists and the right, right? Dude who led the atrocities versus the atrocities. Generally, we condemn both. Oh, Montgomery, Alabama. All right, I've been there. I have been there. I used to live in Tennessee. Only facts. So I spent my fair share in the Deep South as well. Yeah. You'll defend Stalin when it comes to World War II. I mean, we paired up with him. When it comes to his other crimes, I'll listen to what the Russian archives say and not some Cold War lunatic like Richard Conquest. Does that make me a tanky in your mind? Little bit, yeah. Little bit. Just say yes. The Russian archives are like asking the Americans about the Middle Eastern wars, right? Like, it's not exactly the most guaranteed, unbiased perspective on the matter. Right? Like, that's, and again, I mean, that's the thing. It just sort of depends. I don't, what matters most to me is where you, RV ahead of me. What matters most to me is where you fall on the authoritarian spectrum now, right? How you wish to contextualize the history of your chosen sort of ideologues is one thing. But where you fall on that spectrum of authoritarianism now is what matters to me most. It's like asking Ted Cruz who the Zodiac Killer is. I love that. You went to Auburn. Oh, rock on. Wait, we have an exchange here? Oh, I mean, and yeah, Momo and OnlyFacts. I mean, I presently reside in Las Vegas. We've got Nellis here. Like, the drone wars conducted from, you know, what is ostensibly my backyard. Yeah, like, I feel you on that airbase shit. And, you know, I mean, the flights for Area 51 fly out of McCarran Airport Base. And my neighbor used to work at Area 51. Hey, Ant. What are my thoughts on big old shame campaigns for people outed as neo-Nazis or extremists? It's just one of the last lines of defense before crossing into violating the non-aggression principle, right? Like, the NAP has to be honored, unfortunately. So as long as they're not out there fucking committing terror campaigns, then yeah, the last stop on the journey for us is peer pressure, mockery, these sorts of things. What did they say about Area 51? He has never spoken about it. Skeptic. Other than he worked there, and that's it. I've tried. I think I've gotten him to convince to the point to write it down. Right? He needs. I've just told him over and over, write it down. Like, even if it's mundane, write it down. So when you die, at least there's a record, right? Don't let it go undocumented. I think I agree. Someone in my community was called out and absolutely shredded, but we had wet blankets saying we'd further radicalize him in that. And you make an honest, good faith attempt. You make a second honest, good faith attempt. Hell, you even make a third honest, good faith attempt. But at a certain point, you do have to cut your losses. And if you reach that point, if three separate people make three good faith attempts to have a conversation, to engage in the dialectic, right, to use rhetorical device in an organic manner with this person, right, and you are rebuffed and shouted at, laughed at, mocked the entire way through, there is a point where diminishing returns starts to come in. Now, well, time to make fun of them. Can you get them to wink? Yes, aliens. I want to believe. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Area 51 is the Lockheed Skunk Works, which is their experimental aircraft division. It's the Lockheed Skunk Works test facility. It's one of the greatest con jobs running. There's almost assuredly no aliens out there. If you want to talk aliens, that's Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Area 51 is where we test the like next generation shit. It's what happens out there. What did premarital say? Ah. Can't trust Stalin era info on Stalin. Can't trust post-Stalin info on Stalin. Therefore, we must invent time travel and collect info on Stalin before he was even born. Question I go back and forth on: does a modern USA Nazi, so a neo-Nazi, snail, deserve free speech or a punch in the face? I'm 6s. I land 5 out of 6 times on free speech. But there is that 6th roll of the dice. Yes, ARM, I do. There's numerous mirror ¿Por qué no los dos? There's numerous mirrored experiments that the Apollo missions left up there for retroreflective devices. We landed on the moon. It has been verified and verified and verified. We landed. Why is Lockheed presently worried about the F-22? Is that one of the parts replacement issues? Or, because I am aware of the supply line side of that sort of stuff. I hang out in the Air Force subreddit a lot. But there's always other issues that I'm not privy to as well. So feel free to share, Moomin. Oh no, the F-35 is hilarious, Momo. I followed it for years and years and years. The F-35 program is my favorite military program of all time. It is such a boondoggle. The flaws, the Category 1 failures that they have had, which Category 1 failures or flaws in Air Force development terms is things that could kill the pilot. They had over 100 2 years ago. It is astoundingly bad. The amount that they have started to drop out of the sky all over the world, and the fact that they're about 40 planes behind in order. Lovely. Why do so many morons think we haven't? ARM, scroll up and look at what Ozimami 213 posted. That's why. If you want an answer to your question, that's why. Ozmami put it well already. We've been conditioned to take whatever information the so-called authorities give us on subjects like history, politics, etc., and take it as fact. This is changing now with the proliferation of the internet to a point where we take whatever information aligns with our core values the closest and tout it as fact, even if the evidence to back it up is suspect. I firmly believe that when all the evidence is open to interpretation, facts are hard to come by. I do believe that has a huge contributory factor to it. Yeah. People have been dicked over by this system so much and there's been so many lies about so many things that it's easy to convince people that things that are objective reality are also lies. Yeah, faking the moon landing wouldn't even be the dumbest thing the CIA did during the Cold War, so, you know, yeah, exactly. So I have so many people religiously spewing their conspiracy theories as facts. And Osmami, I've talked about him before. I had a longtime friend who went down that rabbit hole, and he did not come out the other side. He ended up full on, the Jews will not replace us. Blacks had it better under slavery, under chattel slavery. He ended up following it to its conclusion. Yeah, because that's a pipeline. It's a pipeline. The conspiracy stuff starts off innocuous, and it ends up inevitably at the Jews and, white supremacy. Yeah, I've seen it happen. I have an entire friend group that watched it happen. And one by one, we all peeled off. I have a few family members who are stuck in Q-land, and it's insane to me. I personally had to unfollow some after they got too personal towards me with it. There's a high probability that you can't deprogram them, and you just have to cut them loose. Bye, Squid. Bye, Squid. Thanks for the gift sub to TCAP. Maybe it'll encourage him to come back, and much love to you, my man. Take care. But yeah, Oz. Sometimes it's just a cost-benefit analysis. Oh yeah, I know who Hassan is. That is true, Skeptic. Usually when the left criticizes Israel, it's about imperialism and colonialization and genocide. When the right criticizes Israel, it's usually because Jews. My experience is that there's a conspiracy theory mindset, and some people can't be saved from being drawn in. Snail, I think it would take... I mean, it can be done. I think 99% of people could be brought back, but it would take an entire system to help them. Yeah, it's most assuredly, it would require removing them from exposure to those sources. Yeah, it's very much like a drug addiction sort of situation. If they're still hanging around the same friend group that's still doing drugs and they're still in contact with their drug dealers, it's highly unlikely that they will kick the habit. It's very optimistic of me. Anarchists are idealists at their core. I am realistic, I am pragmatic, but the truth of the matter is, you know. That's fair, Glove. I mean, it's fair. I get that. There would be days that I have a bad day and that number would be at fucking 2% maybe, right? It's all mood dependent, but I'm feeling optimistic.
The setting could hardly be more perfect. New eyes, new vision for the world.
My mom was the we must cover all electronics with tape. Everything has secret cameras. The government is watching us through the toaster. Well, I mean, it's Argentina. I got to tell you, premarital, like, your mom may have had a point. Just saying. One of the main reasons why I left at 18 and never looked back. Adia, it's not just the war either. It's the condition of the Soviet states following the war as well. So tens of millions, not hundreds of millions. That was too OP. Yes. Moomin, I can sympathize with that. This year I've had to cut a worrying amount of people out of my life due to the obviously being too deeply ingrained obviously being too deeply ingrained in their personality. Yeah. And because it's a Jewish ethno-state with the implements openly discriminatory policies towards Arab Israelis. Israel is no different than, from the apartheid state in South Africa in the 1980s. And they bombed Palestinian children. Yeah, I had to just look it up. I had to remind myself. There's so many shootings. Newsy. I mean, I'm fully. I will tell you, and openly and admittedly, first and foremost, I'm an American. I'm desensitized, right? There's so many that I was like, Jacob Blake, which one was he? Had to refresh my memory. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. We'll see. We'll see what the DOJ says in a week's time, but I wouldn't be surprised. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I held onto his shirt, shot him 7 times in the back as he attempted to regain entry to his vehicle with 3 children in the car, I believe, at the time. Yeah. Yeah. But as I said earlier, I'm 38, right? Do you know how many police shootings I've lived through? Because I sure as fuck don't. I don't even know how many fucking... I don't even know how many school massacres have happened. Right? Like... It's far, far too late for me to be hopeful in that arena. That's the sad truth of the matter. You know, I hope we make progress. I sincerely do. It would be a great galvanizing issue, but I think there's like 30, 35, 40% of this country that you are never going to get to give a fuck. And not only will they not give a fuck, there's another 30, 35, 40% of this country that actively are on the other side of the issue. They don't give a shit. Like they're happy with the fact that the cop shot a black dude in the back 7 times. You know, not gonna hold my breath. Yeah, thousands. We hear about a black person getting shot by the police or a school shooting gets shot up like twice a week. Skeptic. I started to realize from an early age that systematic racism was a thing when 15 years ago a black professor was arrested for breaking into his own house. Oh, maybe it was 10 years ago. That was during the Obama administration. And he was he Yale? I forget which university, but he was a renowned professor. And yeah, he was arrested for trying to gain entry into his own home. But yeah, the cop, Obama infamously had a barbecue and beer summit where like the professor and the cop who arrested him came to the White House and like shared a beer or some shit like that. And, you know, under the Obama neo-lib mindset that all was healed now. Moomin, it's the cringiest shit I've ever heard. Did they hold hands? Yeah, they might as well have. My ex-girlfriend was South African of German descent. My Spanish teacher was infamously a full-blooded German from Argentina, Moomin. So, moved to the UK post-apartheid. I ended up in a very heated debate with her grandfather at the family meal. It got pretty quiet when I stayed. The only reason they left the grandmotherland was because they couldn't legally treat black people as slaves anymore. It was a rough Christmas. I had seen a shirt that said "Some dudes fuck other dudes, get over it." I thought it was awesome. I'd wear it if I can find it. T-shirt Hell has some really funny shirts. T-shirt, I remember I used to own a baby blue T-shirt once upon a time when I was just coming out, right? Like you're trying to like make up for lost time as a young gay man. And it said, "Sorry ladies, I suck dick." Right? Yeah. Like a rainbow necklace, upside down silver triangle rainbow beaded necklace with a baby blue T-shirt that says, "Sorry ladies, I suck dick." Right? Let's just say there was a moment where I was not subtle. You get a little dick and you grow up. Oh, that shirt is long gone, cat. Kenosha's police department has been bad for years. No. Kenosha, that was the thing. When Kenosha snapped off this time, RV, those of us that lived through the previous Kenosha, because there was another time Kenosha snapped off as well, like a few years ago, maybe a decade, 12 years ago, something like that. So yeah, no, we're like, oh, it's happening again. Yeah. I do, Addy, I do agree with that. Generally, political revolution has usually only taken 7 to 10% of the population to actually snowball it. So I agree that, we don't need that 30 or to 40% to shift the Overton window. But I do concern myself with the active opposition of 30 to 40%. They are problematic. And they're far more subtle sometimes than the Proud Boys are, right? Like, the Proud Boys are out there fucking chanting in the streets and stuff. But it's more the shit that happens, behind the closed doors and in the houses and in the churches that I concern myself with. And that's the thing holding it back. If you don't suck a dick at least once, have you really lived a full life? Well, I mean, I would say no. But I'm biased. And apparently I'm not even a gay dude, according to someone. Literally someone. That dude is fucking batty. Oh, let's see. Guitarist in an American band I worked for. His father was straight up brought over post-war by the U.S. government. First working acoustic radar systems, and ended up working in the music industry after release from government service in the 70s, of course. Of course. Tight hamstrings. Tight hamstrings. Oh. All right. Try and get back into position, hit my focal range. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, 70-70. That 30 to 40% seem like they've lost enlightenment values. It's like something new to me in the U.S., right? 40 to 50 years old. Snail. Right before the Reagan era. Unique New York, unique New York, unique New York. She sells seashells by the seashore. Red leather, yellow, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. See, there you go. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Yeah. Someone 77. You were a drama kid too, I see. 2 classes of drama a day for 4 years of high school plus a touring repertory company. A little bit. Once upon a time, I was shy. Let's just say I got over it. The Proud Boys told a former female MMA fighter that her sect of Proud Boys... Oh, yeah. Is that the one? Yeah, they told to get back into the kitchen and shit. Like, I saw that shit go around, Arm. Somebody posted it on the Discord server. That was fucking hilarious. Oh, you have a degree in playwriting. I left it behind. I think everybody should take drama for the sort of public speaking performative aspect. I think whether it doesn't really matter what you're going into, being able to be confident in speaking in your oratory skill set, I think is a valuable or invaluable skill set to have. I think everybody should be forced to take drama in some shape or form. You don't have to go full bore with it, but that's rock on, RV. You got a degree in playwriting. You were confused why you were doing those over octaves for a second. Do I think there will be a civil war? Only if McDonald's shuts down and the internet shuts down, Newsy. I think if you take away the entertainment, Panem et circenses, bread and circuses. I think if you took away the entertainment and the fast food, there would be a civil war. But while Americans are distracted and fed, I don't think you're going to get a civil war. I don't think it's possible. Did you see a troll account of the Proud Boys account of gay guys kissing, saying they're Proud Boys? Oh, yeah, no. Proud Boys, the Proud Boys subreddit, Skeptic, is nothing but gay dudes. It's just gay dudes. Yeah. Hashtag Proud Boys Twitch. Twitter. Twitter thing. Yeah. Yeah. Civilization unhappiness probably to -5. Civil war wouldn't happen until between -10 and 15. Wait, what did I miss? Wait for the Running Man show. RV, yeah, I took hell yeah, I took acting classes too. Very useful, and I agree. Yeah, I sincerely think that everybody should have to take drama. Yeah. It's just one of those things that has proven eminently useful through the entirety of my life, in so many ways. Whether it was walking into a business for the first time as an IT consultant, or even a service tech, and being, having a level of confidence in speaking to somebody. It's one thing to speak to a business owner. It's another thing to speak to a full house, right? Way more pressure with a full house. You're just one dude. Like, that's it. It's, yeah. I sincerely am thankful I did that stuff, because without it, I probably wouldn't be able to sit here and do this, right? I was a very shy kid for a while. And that just yoink right out of that. Like, that shit's gone. Angry Grandpa, that's like some dude's YouTube channel or something, right? Like, I seem to recall hearing about that. What changed you? I don't know. One person. Probably can be thanked for it. My repertory company, oh, Jesus Christ, we'll watch that in a second. Dear sweet Jesus. My touring company director was my English teacher. And we got along. And she was this sort of Shakespeare obsessed, literature obsessed, just little firecracker, like short firecracker of energy. Just a ball of fucking energy. And set up this repertory company in our high school and somehow drug me into it. Me and a couple of my friends. And the rest is history, I guess. She taught me, I still carry drug me in. Drag. No. Drug is a dialectical variant common in various parts of the US. Lags a lot. I just had to double check. Yeah. Sorry. So she taught me, I remember the first real lesson she taught me from a performative aspect. Jar speeches. It's, scroll back in chat. It's Pretzel Rocks. Look at, it's Glow Original Mix by High Performance. So High Performance is the artist. Glow Original Mix is the song. But when the song changes, it gets put into chat. So you can scroll up and look for the Pretzel Rocks username. It was jar speeches. That was the first lesson that I remember her like imparting to me. And I still carry the lesson to this day. I share it with people when they're uncomfortable with public speaking and speaking on topics. And it seems, I mean, to anybody who's done any level of speaking, this means nothing, right? But to somebody who, I don't want to, just, 5-minute jar speeches. Do you know how difficult that is for some fucking young high schooler who's shy and has no performative experience and really like, it's just, I do not want to be in front of the class to start with, right? 5-minute jar speeches. It was terrifying. And the first one I got was Elmo. That was the fucking reach in, pull out the fucking topic, Elmo. Now, I've mentioned before, I wasn't really a Sesame Street kid. I didn't really watch much Sesame Street. What the fuck am I gonna say about Elmo? Like, what do I have to talk about Elmo? Like, I'm a high school kid who's trying to leave childlike things behind in an attempt to appear like an adult to the adults around me, and, you know, I'm eschewing childlike things. And so Elmo, like, what the fuck am I gonna do? What am I gonna talk about? I can't talk about Elmo for 5 minutes. And she just comes into the podium and take a breath. Just because you have to start talking about Elmo doesn't mean you have to finish talking about Elmo. She said, conversation and speaking is a dynamic thing. It's a trail with many forks in it. Feel free to take the first exit off the trail. Cool. Right? This is the first thing I needed to know. I needed basics. I needed to know that I don't need to talk about Elmo for 5 minutes. I just need to start talking about Elmo. Speak. That's all you need to do. Talk. Get the verbal gears engaged. Get the mobilization. Get the oratory portions of your brain actually functioning. Once you do that, the rest just sort of flows. You can start on Elmo, Sesame Street, TV, broadcast, other things. Like, you can end up anywhere from Elmo. It's so easy to do. And now, you know, now it would be nothing for me to do. So that, yeah, that's that story. I wish I could shout her out by name, but all right, so let's watch Mitray's link. Hello, Dar, and hello, Dar. I've always been generally good at any sort of public speaking or speech, but I've had my fair share of freeze-ups or overthinking. I think the hardest part of especially improv is starting. Once you start, it flows pretty well. I'm of the opinion of the same at this point. You all have Mitray to blame for this. I don't know. This is the most soy boy snowflake fucking. This is holy shit.
Amazing! Beta!
Well, Mitre, I suppose thank you. That was an experience. I like experiences, right? That was an experience. And for sharing that, I thank you. Now, what the fuck? Where the fuck did you find that shit? Oh my God. It was most certainly a thing. Yes, exactly, Moment. Momo, I find for public speaking, if I prepare, I tend to freeze up, but if I do it off the cuff, it's fine. Yeah. Improv to public speaking is so much easier than prepared public speaking, Momo. 100%. Closeted white supremacist gay homophobia. Oh, wait, what did Hobbes say? Oh, all right. Okay, it's years old. Okay. How do you even know it exists? It's my video turn. All right. Let me go find it. Jesus Christ. Newsy. Oh.
It's been 1 week, Michael, since Walter Scott was murdered at the hands of a North Charleston police officer. North Charleston, Michael, that's my backyard. That's 15 minutes away from where I live. You know, what are we going to do here? I mean, he was shot and murdered 5 times in the back. And he'd have gotten away with it. He would have gotten completely away with it, Mike, if that gentleman hadn't had his camera on his phone and he actually filmed what happened. That man would have been given, he'd have been gone free. He would have been called a hero. I feared for my life. No, you bastard, you shot and killed an innocent man over a taillight, over a brake light being out. First of all, you tased him. And when the man got scared and run, you shot him. You murdered him. Well, you know, what's next? What are they going to do to stop these damn police from killing people? You know, when you get in a wreck, when you get pulled by a cop now, you got to wonder if that's the day you're going to die. Over a traffic ticket?
What if we started giving the police officers, like, cameras and stuff?
Oh, you need a body cam?
Yes.
Big fucking deal. They can turn those off and on, Michael. Oh, there's a man. Let me turn it off first. I'm going to kill the bastard. There are a lot of good cops out there that are trying to do their job, but these badass motherfuckers are ruining it for them. They're making it where you can't even trust the police. My mom always told me, you know, if you're in trouble, call a cop. Hell no! Motherfucker might kill me. I am so goddamn tired of all these goddamn bad cops getting away with murder.
He's not gotten away with anything yet, though.
What do you mean?
He still has a trial to face. He might be sentenced. Justice could prevail in this case.
Well, this is goddamn one thing. It would prevail if I was judge.
Yeah.
If I was a goddamn judge. There's my goddamn gavel, motherfucker. If I'm a judge and Andy Savage says, Your Honor, we can't let this man this, that, and the other. He was a police. He was a goddamn murderer. He is guilty. Get out
okay? Settle down, Dad.
You're a guilty motherfucker! Pay the price!
Oh my God.
Sorry, Mike, I didn't mean to. I got carried away. But I get so goddamn mad.
Dad!
I get so goddamn mad. Play with that goddamn cow.
Stop! Okay.
Motherfucker, let me in that goddamn cow.
Come on, Dad. Calm down, dude.
I got it there, motherfucker.
Oh my
I
God.
got him there.
It's enough already. We get it.
You got it.
No!
So that was a thing. Newsy shared that one. Welcome and thank you for the follow, Mediocre. Chat was just sharing a few of their chosen links, and we went down a bit of a rabbit hole, as it were. Who shared the next one? What do I have here? Skeptic. He seems calm. Unfortunately, he died 3 years ago. Well, you know. Loveliest story Kai has told, then Uru, and then Grandpa. Well, what's the motivation behind informing us who posted that video? Praise or condemnation? Dealer's choice. Now tell us about Elmo. Yeah, can we applaud that man for being able to go on a rampage like that and not go into cardiac arrest? So yeah, it was Skeptic who posted the next one. The next one is more Proud Boys cringe. We'll see how much of it we can get through before Kai literally like taps.
Western show.
And I refuse to apologize.
I refuse to apologize
For creating the modern world.
for creating the modern world.
All right, boys, on 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3. We need 4. Razor bread. 5.
Wait, this is the same shit. All right, we're skipping that.
Isaac,
All right, I'm a proud Western chauvinist
I'm a proud Western chauvinist
who refuses to apologize
who refuses to apologize
for creating the modern world.
for creating the modern world.
You will now name 5 breakfast cereals. Go.
Light,
1, ooh,
Fruity Loops,
2,
Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Puffs,
count of 3, 4.
One more.
Get it?
One
Close.
more.
Rice Krispies.
What?
Just say it.
Come on, keep
Rice
going.
Krispies. 5.
Yo, yeah. SJ. This is their jumping in. This is them jumping them in. Yes, this is what that is. This is their jumping in ceremony. It's terrible. I told my wife when I'm dead, I don't care what happens to my body. Is it terrible? I told my wife when I'm dead, I don't care what happens to my body. She could let someone fuck my dead corpse. I'm dead, so it doesn't matter. But I've been drinking a little bit. No, that's perfectly fine. You're done with it, right? You're done with your body at that point. You know, whatever. Oh, fucking Bobcat Goldthwait. I adore him. He's an interesting dude. I knew girls who punched better in fucking elementary school. These bitch-ass gym rats couldn't even hurt a fucking fly. Frat boy hazing.
I felt bad. I always I freak.
Oh, I know
You
this
work
one.
so hard. You're so close.
Wait, I want a video.
You're so. Oh, the other way. Oh, you gotta. I think I gotta do it again. There you go.
You can do it. He'll get it.
You've been working. You've been doing all
Yeah,
that hard
Adia.
work, but it's all right.
Adia is,
This is.
Do it.
You know, this is a very educated city. There's a lot of engineers in this city. You can get a lot of help. You can't do it. You know, Amazon's down the street. They got a lot of engineers who could help you. I am putting this to buzz. Oh my god. Oh.
oh yeah. Yeah, it's
We're not so
straight
proud of you
plastic.
Right now. Don't you want to make them proud? Come on. Oh, you're gonna keep it? Oh. Keep it under your pillow. Oh, come on. Come on, rip it. Come on, rip it. Rip it.
That was beautiful.
Stop masturbating, you wankers. And they do it. My challenge, by the way, is called No Wanks, hashtag No Wanks. And you can only masturbate, aka look at porn. The two are amalgamated, by the way, because they're the same thing. No one looks at porn and doesn't masturbate. And no one today masturbates without porn. Every 30 days, please join me in quitting porn and masturbation and reducing it at least to a menstrual cycle. Once every 30 days, you may not, no, you can only wank every 30 days. That's less than a menstrual cycle, but you get what I'm saying. No wanks. Please join me and tell me if your life has improved.
Momo, don't expect these motherfuckers to understand. They are the walking epitome of like r/bad women's anatomy. Like, don't expect them to know shit. Oh, do we have one on the hook? Oh, forgive me. We're gonna have to fucking go back to it. Welcome, Riff. So, what about engaging in wage slavery managed to convert your ideology? What amount of like bootlicking supplicant like behavior patterns were ingrained into your psyche? Yeah, oh, I know, Addie, it's fucking insane. Hey, boss. Hey, thank you for the follow, Snail. Come on, Riff Tracks. Engage. Talk to me. Have a conversation. Engage in the dialectic. Use rhetorical device. Yuhia Woods. You can do it. Don't let the skinny little Twinkie anarchist scare you. I used to be an anarchist like you, but then I took a McDonald's minimum wage job to the knee. Nice. Dude, that's well crafted, premarital. But all of your linguistic stuff is well crafted. Putting that PhD to work. Logic, bro. So twink. So what part of I declare logic? What philosophical change was incurred in your psyche by gaining a wage slave job that turned you away from anarchism? By the way, the next question is going to be define anarchism, by the way. because apparently you were an anarchist, right? So clearly you would be able to explain to me what anarchism is about. So go ahead and give me a 101 crash course, 2 sentences. What is anarchism? Because you were one, right? Thank you, Arm. And then what philosophical change underpinned entry into the labor force? What shifted you? What part of the logical processes changed your opinion on that clearly well-defined set of anarchistic principles? Fucking anarchists coming over here taking our jobs. They took our jobs. It's okay. Some people are slow typers. I'm sure they're not just a coward who is immediately fleeing. I'm sure they're taking their time to construct a well thought out series of rhetorical devices, sentences crafted from their heart and their mind. Yeah, exactly. We'll wait. We'll take our time because I'm certain that this person is, in fact, a very brave individual who is engaging in good faith, who has the philosophical underpinnings and the political science and civics education to be able to make a statement such as that. I'm sure. I'm certain. My heart of hearts. Riff Track's supporter is most assuredly not a coward. Well, boys, girls, and everything in between. I think the buzzer has run out on this. And I think what we can do is move on from the loser. Anyway, we'll pause the music. We'll go back to the video. And we'll make fun of some more Proud Boys. Yes, Adia, you missed some chud fuckery. Sorry. It's minor. It was minor. You know, but yeah, a little bit of chud fuckery.
Right to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, right,
This it's blurred. It's blurred. It's firmly blurred.
Games. You want to smoke this? Oh, gross. What do you think?
For those of you that don't know that story, that's when Gavin McInnes shoved a butt plug up his ass in order to own the gays. Own the libs and the gays as well. It is the craziest video of him that exists. Live on air. That was not blurred originally. It was a live stream. It was described as a dildo skeptic, but it was actually a butt plug. Yes. To show he's not homophobic and to own the libs, he placed a butt plug up his ass and shat it out live on stream. And then we waved around his little white willy and asked if the gays want to, like, touch it. It was it was a high point for his career. Hello, Arim. Enough with that goddamn song. Oh, one of my mods is from Germany, Mainz, actually. So welcome. Oh God, what did you give me, Newsy? What did you give me now? Oh, yeah, I'm not watching that one. So that was something. That was something. You know, the fucking Proud Boys, they are what they are. It's batshit insane. Oh, Premarital posted in shared content.
I feel vulnerable every day. When I'm out on patrol or just walking my beat, it feels like a threatening situation could erupt at any minute. As a police officer, I constantly live in fear that I might be filmed brutalizing a civilian.
I remember this video.
Just yesterday, I pull over a black couple, and I kept thinking, what if I escalate the situation? And they pull a phone on me, and the footage lands on YouTube. Something like that could end a career in seconds. It's something you know from the time you're a cadet. The slightest civil rights infraction in front of anyone who's looking, and the next thing you know, you're surrounded by cameras and trending on Twitter. No cop should have to worry about that. Practically every precinct I know has somebody serving desk duty, just for acting on deeply rooted prejudices when somebody had a recording device on them. It happened to my partner, and it even happened to our own captain. One day, he's just kicking an unarmed pedestrian in the ribs when all of a sudden people with cameras are everywhere, and then they just start shooting what he was doing, all 6 minutes of it. I can't help but think sometimes that could have been me ending up at that desk job. You never know which day of total impunity will be your last, but for a cop, that's just our daily reality.
3 years ago. What am I looking at here? Oh, all right. This is the right wingers versus. Okay, I see where you're headed with this, RB. Yeah, this is the split. Still fuck the cops. I mean, I you know, I love who they're pelting there, but fuck the police. Like, I like, the only thing that I'm looking at in that is I can't take my eyes. Oh yeah, we watched this video earlier, Rico. Yeah, we commented on that one. I'm just looking at this dystopian uniforms of the fucking cops. That I'm like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Chuds v. Chuds. Happening right now.
Fuck the police.
Let's see. Right, just infighting is a joy to watch. Wait, there was shit going on back here. I'm from Germany. Then yeah, somebody replied. Oh, it was Turd Farmer. Mine's no shit. My mother's across the Rhine in Wiesbaden. Yeah, Joe, Heart Joe the Second. You'll see him from time to time. Yeah, Moomin, it's I have a Stream Deck XL and I have a sound effects subset. And
Fuck the Chinese government. There.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm done. I'm done.
If they can follow the guidelines.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out. Fuck! Fuck, 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 fuck. Oh!
Yeah, it's just it's a Stream Deck XL, and you know, one of the folders I have on it is soundboard. Yeah, I love how the police were the ones cock blocking them and they still chanted fuck Antifa. Apparently the cops are Antifa now. Maybe the cops are Antifa now. I don't know. Skeptic, you know, yeah. You know, liberals will somehow turn these events into being for the police again. Oh, yeah, I don't doubt it. Fucking neo-libs are goddamn infuriating. Yeah, there's software for that movement. That you can use your keyboard for. Yeah. Really, Newsy? Hey, PA Love. Really? Newsy just sent me this fucking tweet by the Ken Paxton. He's the Attorney General of Texas. Breaking. We won! Texas Supreme Court stops Mayor Adler's illegal order shutting down restaurants and bars. I want off the ride. I'm done. What is wrong with this nation? What part of pandemic is so fucking difficult to understand? What part of this is complicated? Thank you for the follow Lemon song. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. What's wrong with this nation? Hell, that's a massive list of things to name. Did the Senate pass those 2,000 checks? No, of course not. No, of course they didn't, Skeptic. No. McConnell has poison-pilled that shit with an election commission inquiry and a repeal of Section 230. No. I like Judy Gray's comment, premarital. May the COVID be with you all. COVID thanks you very much. Healthcare workers, not so much. Real talk, does anyone actually like any of the senators from either party? Bernie. There. I'm done listing. You can take the rest. Adia, you can take the rest. Oh, I'm sorry. It was, hello, Dar. Yeah, Dar, Bernie. The rest are yours. The squad aren't senators, though. They are at their house. Cat. Yeah, I don't want them. What the fuck? The Senate will, after they work out what percentage they can tax and how they can get 95% back of it, and then give it 2 to 3 years of political red tape and bullshit. Then again, easier just to say never gonna get it. Yeah, exactly, Newsy. Just fuck all of them. Yeah, and yeah, same thing. Fucking what premarital what Dar said about the matter. Duh. Thank you, Snail. Take care. Be safe. I'll catch you next time. I'm going to leave us with a Che quote. Above all, always be capable of feeling deeply any injustice committed against anyone, anywhere in the world. This is the most beautiful quality in a revolutionary. Yeah, Bush, it's, 40 to 50 is my average usually. I've had a few slow days recently. That was hanging in the like 30s, but it's about it. It's standard. And it's about usually where I can keep up with chat. When I hit the like 50 to 60 mark, chat, I usually have to put a slowdown on chat at that point, which makes my form of praxis difficult. 117 actually, I think, Skeptic, is my present high. Tammy Baldwin is better than most. But in the infamous words of Doug Stanhope, that's like being the prettiest Denny's waitress. Doesn't mean there's not room for improvement. Yeah. When the bar that you measure against is somebody like, Mitch McConnell, it's not difficult to be better than most. But I feel you. Oh, Duckworth. Yeah, she's the military vet, right? Bilateral amputee, maybe. Everyone's acting like the Georgia Senate elections are super important, but you already know, even if Dems gain a majority, nothing's going to change because senators are incompetent. They're not incompetent. Don't let them get away with that, Dar. They're not incompetent. They're perfectly capable. That's the point. I don't know who or what this is. Newsy. Yeah, exactly, Skeptic. I have zero patience. All right, well, I'll trust you on it. I don't know what this is.
What a disgrace. City sucks. City of Atlanta sucks. Can't fix anything. They fix it and then they fix it and then they make it worse. They fix it and then make it worse. You wait until the cars start going. They fix it and they make it worse. It's unbelievable. 1 or 2 days more of work rather than just paving it over now. If you're not going to work on the fucking thing, just pave it over now and then dig it up later. It's just they just sit, these plates sit there and they never go inside them. There's no reason for them to be there. Months and no one gives a shit. No one cares. No one can, so they actually
Sorry,
fix it,
Joe.
but no one can tell the crew coming in for overnight, hey, by the way, actually fix this shit before you leave? What? Oh, hey, there's that just happened. Oh, hey, that just happened. Oh, hey, that just happened. Idiots. Atlanta idiots. My city councilman is awesome. He's awesome. And he talks to people at Public Works who, I don't know if it's Public Works or the contractors, but they all suck. They suck shit.
Okay, so that's a thing. Cool. Sending that sad man some kisses. So the Satanic Temple has filed, has challenged 18 states' abortion laws utilizing the like Religious Protection Act that was, I forget what they actually call it. Let me try and find that. It's the religious, forget it. Religious Freedom Restoration Act. Yeah, thank you. There we go, Bush. Yeah, you got to it as well. Yeah, the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. The Satanic Temple recognizes the right to abortion within their dogmatic framework. It's a part of their religion to have equal and equitable access to abortion services. And so if you are a church member, like if you're a member of the Satanic Temple, to deny them abortion services is a violation of the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. So yeah, they're using that Hobby Lobby. That's the shit that the Hobby Lobby pushed through. And so yeah, they've turned it on its head, and now they're using it to attack the Christian right with it, which is brilliant and beautiful. Yeah, there's been a bunch of instances of like rampant abuse of that religious freedoms bullshit. Pence used it to get a child rapist off when he was governor of in Indiana. Oh, what the fuck Satan is based. If you're not aware of the Satanic Temple and their work, they're super based. They're fucking based as fuck. Yeah, they do amazing work. Yeah, they use their platform for all sorts of good. They're constantly fucking with the religious right in this country. Satan's just a bro who doesn't engage in public airing of dirty laundry. I'm of the same opinion. We've only heard the one dude's side, right? Like we've only heard Jehovah's fucking side. He's been running his mouth for thousands of years apparently. But we haven't heard Satan's side. Satan's just chill dude. Reports in Florida is reporting their first case of the coronavirus mutation found in the UK. Martin County, no travel history attached to the person who has it. So that means it's being community spread. It's in the wild, flat out. Have you ever watched Lucifer Bra? I've seen clips. Never watched the show like in its entirety though. I have a hand poke tattoo of the satanic seal of Blair or Bear on my knee. Rock on. Hand poke tattoos are not easy to do or receive. Yeah, good job, Florida. Your state's gonna blow up soon with the virus. As if it already wasn't imploding under the weight of it. No. I mean, we didn't even collapse the first wave, right? Like we stacked waves. We're going into a second wave and a third wave. Oh, Jesus Christ. It is going to be... So, you might as well take bets, right? Like, you might as well run the numbers game. What are we going to hit? 500,000, 750,000, million? Are we going to have 1 million dead? How high are we going to take this number? We going to hit 7 digits? What's the community think? What do you guys think? Is the U.S. incompetent enough? I mean, we've got the whole Biden administration coming in, so that's going to, you know, maybe be a limiting factor. Newsy lives in Malaysia. Oh, interesting to know. We hit 2,000 new cases every day. No lockdown. Boss Hogs calling over 1 million. Rhyolithica, which, hey there, Rhyolithica, welcome. 620,000. RV's going with 600,000. Bush with 650. We're going Price is Right rules. 600,000 reported, 1 million more not reported. Homeless and the like. The unhoused is now what we're calling them. More than civil war, less than Russian famine. Skeptics going with 800,000. Cool. Definitely incompetent enough. I'm guessing our current rate of acceleration, 1 million, is probably accurate. And welcome, Butter Your Bread. Thank you for that wonderful, insightful contribution to the dialectic. Your marvelous rhetorical device is insightful and witty and cutting. Strikes me to my core. But feel free to actually... contribute something. Feel free to actually engage in the dialectic and to have a conversation with us. By all means. We're perfectly happy to do that. But for some reason, I have this feeling that that's not what you're looking for out of a stream. Oh, we've got 2 of them. Trump, we need so bad 2020. Creativity and the max, right? Nobody, who says people on the right are uncreative? That all of the creative people in society are leftists? I don't know who says that. But Trump, we need so bad 2020. I'm an anarchist. I don't like Biden either. So your satirical barely take, yeah, man, totally agree. Biden has rainbow power and he'll throw it and everything will be better and there will be unicorns flying in the sky. Biden's 2020, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. We're not fans of Biden either. He's a neoliberal, hyper-capitalist, militaristic, police state supporting fuckhead. Right? He doesn't have magic powers. And things are going to continue to be the status quo for quite some time due to the fact that he is a status quo kind of guy. But hey, who's got room for nuance in the conversation? With a name like Trump, we need so bad 2020. Oh, I know, Rhyolithica. It's always fun when they come in. Thank you for the. Strap in. Um. 200 wood. Yes. Maybe they'll get me. I mean, it's go off by a day. I wanted the 1K by the end of the year, but you know, push me. Yeah, oh yeah, skeptic. I mean, back in the day, the 70s, Biden voted against desegregating buses. His comments about the jungle shit, the prison reform bill in 95, has got his name on it. I mean, tons of racist legislation throughout the fucking 70s, 80s, and 90s, all the way into the 90s, has got Biden's name all over it. I can't wait for creative names such as Ted Cruz 2030. We need so bad. If anybody doesn't know, Strom Thurmond, yeah, fucking Strom Thurmond was so fucking old, he heckled Lincoln at the Lincoln-Douglas debates. Hey, Sue. Biden can reform this dick. What do I think about Bolsonaro? He's an authoritarian, crypto-fascist dickhead. There you go. Fuck Bolsonaro as well. Yeah, Biden and Strom were close by all accounts. Like he said, yeah, he attended his funeral. He said nice things about him. Of course he does. Of course Bolsonaro does. Brazil supports the military, Brazilian military dictatorship. The guy's a dickhead. He really is. Would not mind Trump supporters if they could for once come up with something new or original and not the same old crap they keep repeating. That's why they're always interesting to engage with, PA Love, is because they have such a highly predictable dialogue tree. Like, you know where they're going. It's always fascinating to have a conversation with them. Because you're like, okay, so, you know, just they start here, you're like, okay, so I'm going to be over here waiting for you. Newsy, wondering if Trump supporters rioting during the Biden inauguration. Be interesting if they do. It's like reading the last page of a novel each time. They are weird, Curio. It's always fascinating interacting with them. Oh. RV, you and the anarcho-Bidenism. I swear to God, if you make that shit catch on, I'm coming for you. I'm satirically quoting you in chat and jeering. Look, so quotation marks. Turf warfare. My mom is actually fucking excited for Biden and thinks he's doing a good job. She listens to a lib-ass radio show from John Lovitz. Lovely. Well, good luck with that one. I mean, warfare, it's probably easier to deal with that, though. God, it's so infuriating. But it's probably easier to deal with that than some MAGA head. So do what you can. Maybe you can make some progress with it. Thank you, Momo. I wonder if... Let me check something real quickly. I suppose I could camera mount it. Alright. Oh, God help us. Dar, if it is a repeat, God help us. I think Trump will be busy with legal problems. Oh, yeah, Kat, we put that on air at the beginning of the fucking... Because somebody posted that to... Who posted that? RV posted that earlier today. Yeah, RV posted that. We showed that on stream earlier, like at the beginning. But hey, thanks for sharing it again. Fear, poverty of philosophy, and people like strongmen. Skeptic. It takes a lot to actually claim responsibility for yourself and your society. It's comforting to have a dude tell you exactly what, who the enemy is, what needs doing, what doesn't need doing, what's wrong, what's right. It makes life a lot easier. It's a lot easier to live your life that way. Yeah. Even weirder part, if Trump runs again in 2024, he probably has a decent shot of winning due to new morale of, we got robbed 4 more years, so we're going to make for damn sure we get it this time. Yeah, who knows? We'll see. Oh, I wanted to check something. They couldn't even... Those stupid bots, like whoever was running that little bot train. Oh, welcome, Proud Boys Patriot. We were talking mad shit about the Proud Boys earlier. We were watching cringe compilations of the Proud Boys. We were having a good chuckle. Yeah, 50 people fucking laughing at you just simultaneously. Yeah. How's that make you feel? That, fucking beta soy boy cucks like us are laughing at you. I called them over with their sweet siren song. I missed a bunch of stuff. I mean... Newsy, that's a hell of a tweet. What percentage of voters do you think are voting for people? I know some liberals who say their life is fine, but they voted for Biden. For other people, what percent do you think is for both sides? Wait, what percent of voters do you think are voting for other people? I know some liberals who say their life is fine, but they voted for Biden. For other people, what percent do you think it is for both sides? Ghost, feel free to reword that. I got lost somewhere in the statement. You can't be a Proud Boy and a patriot. This is Curio. It sounds so much like a sad old hound dog who can't sniff his own arse anymore. I support the Proud Boys, says Proud Boys Patriot. Ooh, wow, what a shocking declaration. I'm blown away. Are you a proud Western chauvinist? Can you name 5 cereals for us? Have you shoved the butt plug of initiation up your ass yet to own the libs? You guys are a joke. Like what percentage of voters are voting for helping someone other than them? Like they say, my life would be better with Trump, but I voted for Biden. Oh, single digits, Ghost. Single digits. Yeah, I think I saw that, you know, I mean, 40% of people was it? No, I'm sorry, it was like 64% of Biden voters it said that they were voting against Trump, not for Biden. So yeah, that's very much that situation. I think that people who are honestly trying to improve other people's lives, yeah, I think you're probably in the single digits. I mean, they are, but I don't really care about that. Proud Boys are far more. You are a chud, Proud Boy. You're a chud. You're basically the definition. They're a joke. Oh, so you're new to the internet? Welcome to the internet. Apparently, it's your first day on it. I fucked 5 Proud Boys in the end. Jesus Christ, Curio. Oh, yeah, I'm not, PA, I'm not a troll. I engage organically and I engage in good faith. I mean, that is my form of praxis. People like Proud Boy Patriot here have no philosophy or ideology behind them. And so it's very difficult for me to engage on any level with them usually. I leave the trolling up to chat. This is where Meat Tray and others really come into their own. Yeah, I leave this work up to the community. Solidarity, mutual aid, and crowdsourcing is where this comes into play. So, there's no having a conversation. I mean, how old are you, Proud Boy Patriot? Come on, how old are you? Out with it. What are the philosophical underpinnings? What are the philosophical underpinnings for your belief system? How did you arrive at your philosophies and ideologies? Why do you support the Proud Boys? Hey, Zero. My philosophy is somewhere between early Pat the Bunny and late Pat the Bunny. Who was that? Oh, it was Turf. Turf? I adore that. The fact that Pat the Bunny is one of my favorite like folk punk writers to like emerge out of the, you know, like recent era. Yeah, I really adore him, quite frankly. A lot of that stuff is my jam. Wingnut Dishwasher Union. Yeah. Rock the fuck on for dropping a Pat the Bunny reference. Or the other Pat the Bunny. If it's not the singer, if it's not the musician, because I know there is the other Pat the Bunny. Sorry. Yeah, I don't play Lynx by fucking. There we go. What do we got? Oh, Trump is your president remix. Cool. Cool. Trump is only my president for, oh, let's see, 19 more days. Good job on that one, by the way. Wow. You're doing like dad jokes, bro. And Zero, I have confirmation for you. No, it is not against TOS.
Something ain't right. They keep finding thousands of votes for Biden every night. Dead people voting for him like they coming back to life. And I don't see the GOP anywhere in sight. I guess it's everybody. Everybody guesses patience versus 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 everybody. They trying to steal the election, but they can only do it if we let them. What a GOP congressman that everybody in question. COVID over with, the Democrats saw the infection. Late ballots getting dropped off overnight. Trump called that. Trump not getting none of them votes. Wait, pause that. Of course a swing states is where we see all the fraud at. We need to win, if people to go to jail, all that. Hey, I guess I couldn't beat him. Even after Democrats impeached him, they saw the numbers and they knew they couldn't reach him. Hey, I have a better idea. Let's try to cheat then. But we won't let it happen. This isn't the OGOP. We taking action. We pulling up the places and popping out like what happened. Trump won, then we know it. Fox News, stop the capping. Let's go. Oh my, something ain't right. They keep finding thousands of votes for Biden every night. Dead people voting for him like they coming back to life. And I don't see the GOP anywhere in sight. I guess it's everybody.
What's outside? Where is that located?
Everybody guesses patience versus everybody. Everybody guesses patience versus everybody. Everybody guesses patience versus.
Okay, so that was a thing. I think they're gone. I don't know. Maybe they aren't. But I think they're gone. Oh, no, they're not. I'm sorry.
Fin out the misery. Yeah. A quarter century of living end of history. Congratulations, the capitalist mentality has proved itself victorious. Ain't that what they say? All these former communists now in disarray. Is the best that we can do.
I like this.
Neoliberal. It appears to me
The lyrics are on the screen with the video too. I like this.
no more internationalism, now the xenophobes. Outright racist, got control unsurpassed. Cause the Senate couldn't hold, but see now in fact, the so-called democratic way of life isn't that. Not under capital, it means that Marx is coming back. They hope he never rise again from his grave. But as long as exploitation's order of the day, it means that the only solution still
Oh, shut up, you music snob.
this barbarism that's still reign. They tore it down, nah, put up the red flag. Can't you see the time is now, Marx is coming back. No doubt, hold us communists liable. Bring it on, it's a red flag revival. They tore it down, nah, put up the red flag. Can't you see the time is now, Marx is coming back. No doubt, hold us communists liable. Bring it on, it's a red flag revival. Yeah, we doing this in the spirit of the communards who died in Paris trying to bring forward Karl Marx. They held the power behind
Been miserable during the punk era.
That the new era's gonna be the rebirth of that movement perfected through our research. We put theory through real life into practice. Work hard to understand it and to grasp it. To be a communist, the highest honor possible. The cause of the downtrodden is unstoppable. Let us toast to that. Let us celebrate.
Yeah, I noticed the Politan smile too. Like, can't even knock out politician. I'm silly in the punk era. There.
There's not a chance I'ma succumb to your ways. Red baiting, fear-mongering reactionaries. Look at history, no, really look at
Oh no, RV, there's this like conspiracy theory amongst right-wingers right now about how like there's some sort of parliamentary procedure that Pence is going to use during the certification, the recognition of the Electoral College votes, and overturn it or change it somehow. It's
more than a dream. They tore it down, nah, put up the red flag. Can't you see the time is now, Marx is coming back. No doubt, hold us communists liable. Bring it on, it's a red flag revival. They tore it down, nah, put up the red flag. Can't you see the time is now, Marx is coming back. No doubt, hold us communists liable. Bring it on, it's a red flag revival.
It's the same thing. Newsy, thanks for sharing it, but it's the same. It's the same video. It's angry grandpa losing his shit over a police shooting. I didn't catch what happened. It seemed like they were relatively chill. What happened there, Kat? Send me like a DM or something. Vinny Paz. There's a name I don't know. All right. Forgive me. COVID brain happened. Okay. Cool. Sorry about that, Newsy. COVID brain, it happens. Where's Useless? Hey, Useless. Yes. The secret laws that let the vice president declare whatever they want. Very sneaky. Very sneaky. Sneaky. Oh, fucking. Have I ever heard of Danzig? Yes, me, Trey. I've heard of fucking Danzig. Oh. I declare fuckery. Yeah, probably, Newsy. I could see that happening. If they did. I don't think they will. But I could see that happening as a result. I declare malarkey. No, Tony Danzig. No. You mean Tony Danza? Yeah, how's it going, Proud Boy Patriot? Are you still hanging in there? You still proud? Still got your Fred Perry on? Easy with the all caps, Newsy. Easy with the all caps. No one he needs. I'll see what you're putting down. Did you hear about some Proud Boys stabbing 4 people? Was that during the DC March? Skeptic, if that was the most recent. Headline, CNN headline, soon when riots killing people is killing but mostly peaceful. I don't know. That was a thing. Trump. Tony Danzig. So a picture of Danzig with Tony Danza's face poorly photoshopped on him. All right, fair enough. Yeah. We had a Proud Boys Patriot, who is a proud boy, Taz, and hey Taz. Trump doesn't have the full step down. He can't grant spends power temporarily for surgery. Yeah. I definitely understand why it's not Proud Man. Oh. Who is up to what? Interesting. Hang on. Let me check a channel really fast. Who's new here? Anyone want kisses? Bush is handing out kisses for new community members. So feel free to line up. Hey there, Southern Girl. And usually I get Tony Hawk, not Noah Weil. Weil? Is it Noah Wiley? I thought it was Noah Wiley. Oh, okay. It is. Yeah. Noah Wiley. I don't usually get him. I usually get Tony Hawk, but I can see it. I get it. And welcome. I debated a centrist recently. Oh god, there's nothing more infuriating than talking to centrists. My cock. I debated a centrist recently. They think white nationalist attacks don't happen. And when they do, it's because of identity politics. This is exactly, it's all of those angry trans and gay people and women that drive them to attack others, right? Like it's, you know, it's their fault, really. I don't know how they can call themselves a centrist, because their position was that far right attacks don't happen is a far right position. Tony's brother Mike. Many centrists have far right philosophies. I mean, we just need to go circle back and talk about the Overton window, right? Like, this is the Overton window shift. What counts as a centrist in modern day America isn't actually a centrist, right? It's actually somebody who's on the right of the political spectrum. Why do chuds like to capitalize random ass words? Noah Wiley and Tony Hawk's secret anarchist love child. I could get behind it. Somebody contact my illegitimate fathers and tell them they owe me some back child support. Driven to attack with the education system, Von Niglum. Most centrists are just moderate rightists or leftists who want to claim their centrists to be smart. There's an argument to be made there, Rhyolithica. I agree. There's an argument to be made, but I do this 5 days a week. I gotta tell you, most people I encounter that describe themselves as centrists seem to be just attempting to achieve some level of political cover for their right-wing beliefs. At least a significant portion. Yeah. Let's see how old your account is. 9 days. Yeah, Adia. It happens. There are days where you get no chuds and you get a lot of good theory in, and then there are days that you just have chud central sort of thing happening. You can read. Nice start. I mean, their username is literally a reference to comic books, and they have what I imagine is like a J-pop or K-pop star as their profile icon. I mean, it couldn't be more stereotypical at this point, right? So what part of philosophy, theory, political theory, religion, technology would you like to actually discuss, Flash? Because you're clearly looking to engage in the dialectic, right? So step up with your rhetorical device and have the conversation. Rather than an opening critique, why don't you actually contribute? Because positive contributions generally have a more positive reciprocal response. But that's okay. I'll be the bigger man here and extend the olive branch. What would you like to discuss? Clearly, you're some sort of centrist or right-leaning individual. Or maybe you eschew politics entirely and you're politically agnostic, which is always an interesting position to attempt to defend. But yeah, you're literally on the politics section of Twitch, and you came into a stream clearly labeled anarchist leftists. So you are looking for something. So what would you like to talk about? And, you know, with that opening salvo, you clearly wanted attention. So let's give you the attention that you so richly wanted. How can some people be centrist and still support Tulsi Gabbard? Oh, good God, don't ask me. Republicans in the 70s were farther to the left than her. Yeah, don't ask me about Tulsi. Don't ask me. I think she's just, she's a Republican. She's a conservative by all accounts, and she's probably gunning for like an OAN or Fox News talking head position at this point. He came into chat to whine about whining. Tulsi Gabbard's a great example of an American centrist. She's a transphobic asshole. Yes, she is. She's a lot of things, actually. The last like bill she tried to push through about abortion survivors, trying to achieve funding for survivors of abortion, not women, fetuses. We checked, we double checked, we triple checked. It was wacky as fuck. Yeah, she's an interesting individual, that's for sure. Yeah, waiting for the new copy pasta. Ozmami, centrism actually does have its own like political position, but most centrists, quote unquote centrists, aren't centrists, right? There is actually a prescribed definitional set for centrism, but most people who are claiming to be centrists are just seeking political cover. That's all. Hola, Raxa. Hola, ¿cómo está? I think, we lost Flash. I don't think we managed to hold on to Flash there. It's good to know, actually. Oh, are they? So clearly not looking to engage, not looking to shape or form, just looking to whine like a little bitch. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. All right, cool. Well then, feel free to sit there and observe. Spectrum by Axtasia. Because Dar, clowning on Proud Boys is whining in their opinion. Yeah. Found that most of the right wing is the most hypocritical, obstinate group of people I've ever encountered. I've never seen more people afraid of change than conservatives. Well, I mean, that's by definition. I mean, this is what it's about, Burkean philosophy. that is the roots, the base for modern conservatism, Oz, is grounded in the idea that revolution should be avoided, and that even if it means maintaining a status quo with the monarchy at the time, that one should seek that out. So yeah, modern conservatism is a whole cloth about maintaining a status quo, no matter how toxic or horrible or oppressive it might be. And they're scared of change, and that fear actually has a feedback loop in the amygdala. There have been multiple fMRIs backed studies that show that there is a physiological change in the brain that occurs within conservatism. Right? Conservatism has a corollary to fear, and fear has a corollary to conservatism, and we have shown that there is actually a physiological change in the structure of the brain and an overdevelopment of the amygdala as a response to this. So it is a self-replicating, a self-reinforcing feedback loop mechanism that occurs within conservative ideologies. Arm, take care of yourself, get some water, look after yourself, be safe. I hope you're as well as you can be, and I'll see you next time, my man. Still, Momo, farts may still be around. You'd think these chuds would have a deep, profound respect for you, Kai. You can pick up a big glass of water with one. Hold on. Hold on. Let me. Do a Trump. I don't even need. I can do it with 2 fingers. Who needs 2 of his Tink Tink? Thanks, Ace. Hands for 1 little bottle. Yeah, I adore when she rolls out the Tink Tink. I'll give you 1 bush. Oh, so you're admitting that Donald Trump is disabled? He's clearly suffering from a disability, right? Donald Trump is... Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, we're making progress. Making progress. So, fuck Trump and his fat ass. So no comment on theory, no comment on philosophy, no comment on Burkean origins of modern conservatism, no comments on, anarchism as a methodology or lens of analysis to collapse down hierarchical power structures into a heterarchy. Just here to make smarmy comments from time to time. It's okay. I mean, I understand that, I've been around long enough that I have an anti-fandom. I understand that some people, literally, this is how you get your jollies off, and that's okay. I don't kink shame. 50% of industrial and agricultural output in Spain during the Civil War was by anarchistic communes, right? Anarchy has been tried and true multiple times in multiple places throughout the world. It's a system that we return to anytime there's tragedy. It's a methodology of lifting up the community when all else fails. When the system eschews you, when the system exploits you, as evidenced by neoliberal hypercapitalism, when the system takes you over the fucking fence and raw dogs you, anarchy is there to save you. It's the thing that has always been and will always be. It'll be here long after you as well. No, it's not a state of regression. It's a state of progress. It's the fact that we regress back every time. We go back into our ways of greed and isolation and hyper-individualism. By Eric Blair, Rhyolithica? Most people don't know his real name. Homage to Catalonia was by George Orwell. See, anarchism requires cooperation rather than competition. Fuck me. It's the next step. And occasionally we take it. But usually people such as yourself regress us due to your hyper-individualistic modality of operation. Wow, that's a profound statement that means literally nothing. So, wow, sick burn, bro. Hold on, I've got a fortune cookie too. Yeah, I'd love to hear these arguments in what languages do you speak, Flash? Because clearly you're a polyglot. You speak 4 languages, right? I'd love to be able to converse in one of your other languages. So feel free to pick another one, because we have a very global community. Chances are we have somebody here right now that speaks that language fluently. No, it's Finnish. I don't think we have any Finns. We do have Dutch. Yeah. Adia, 2 people noticed. Fucking 3 people noticed. Yeah, 3 people fucking noticed right away. It's like, it's Finnish. Oh, it's Finnish. A dreaded Finnish centrist, so basically a lefty. I guess you're an authoritarian then of some sort. If we... Good night, Oz. Sleep well. Take care of yourself. Finnish K-pop stan centrist comic book aficionado, and I thought I'd seen everything. So if you're, you know, so I'm guessing you're some level of authoritarian. Is Curio on yet? He is. Let's see. Lynn is doing hard theory. Yes. That's always the go-to. It's just a meme, bro. It's just a joke. It's always just a joke. So, Lynn, John, Clyde Center, Curio. All right. Where's my manager? Nope. Yeah. Oh, I forgot Clydeson. All right. All right. I'll hang on to that for a bit. Is Patriot still alive? Oh god, a fucking Grim Dank 40k fucking. Oh, they're always special folk. Curio killed him. Rock on. Well, good on Curio. I think we have to pull that. Sorry, RV. See how easily they fucking, see? They're just an angry nerd, right? Like, that's all it was about. Just an angry nerd. As soon as they realized that somebody in this community shared their nerddom, immediately just... Alright, let's see what Lynn's up to.
Vast plague of state terror that swept through the continent from the early 1960s, much of it traceable to Washington.
Alright. And let's check what Clydeson's up to.
I mean, not surprising.
What's Clydeson playing? Clydeson's playing something. Let's check what Curio's up to.
Alright, I'm gonna go grab these nail clippers. I'll be right back.
Alright. Quick survey. Wow, that was a coherent statement. No, anarchy is about a collapsing down of hierarchical power structures and a philosophical challenging of power and authority mechanisms in society and a dismantling or replacement thereof where they fail to meet that challenge. That's what anarchism is. But hey, who's got time for poli-sci or civics, right? Hey, Polymorpheus. What's up? We just got a fucking angry centrist Finn that washed up on our shores. Really fucking weird. Waiting for pizza. Oh, right. Rock on. Good on you. Playing Brood War 14 hours a day for 22 years to own the libs. Gee, I wonder why anarchists are angry. It couldn't be, oh, I don't know. Untold amounts of destruction. Untold amounts of crimes against humanity and the planet in the name of the greater good. Yeah, because those bombs that the neolibs are dropping don't do any harm. I'm sure the brown kids in the Middle East are super happy with the neoliberal hypercapitalism that you've got going on. Like, they're totally in favor of it. Yeah. Right? All those random black dudes shot in the back by the police. You're literally a Finnish enlightened centrist. I thought the enlightened centrism phenomenon was fairly unique to our shores, but it is refreshing to find that there's this galaxy-brained enlightened centrist bullshit even in places like Finland. It is actually refreshing and comforting to know that. Oh, of course he doesn't. Dar, of course they don't. They never do. They never do. Did you know how I remember one because it stands out. I remember a single person who has come in and done this sort of behavior that actually could have an intelligible conversation about anarchism and the merits therein and critiques thereof. Right? They never have anything. It is astounding to talk to these types of people. Fully automated gay space anarchism. Fully automated gay space and calm would be the way to go, Polly. All right, so anarchy is when you angrily burn things. Very smart Finnish centrists, evidently. Yeah, nobody cares what you're saying at this point. We're just literally making fun of you for your galaxy brain takes. Hey, Dar, thanks for the follow. How are you not following me, Polymorpheus? I'm done playing with him. We're raiding out. I don't want to take this loser to somebody I like's channel. That's the last thing I want to do, is drag that trash over to somebody whose channel I actually like. So, sorry, boys, girls, and everything in between. I took away your play toy, but yeah. By the way, there's a poll happening in chat if you want to get a say in on who we raid. feel free to throw your voice on that one. Kiss I won't. To be perfectly honest, that's all that person deserves. Yeah, that would be bad praxis to take that fucking trash to somebody. Oh god, you're gonna make me the deciding vote, aren't you? You're welcome, Mama. You're welcome, everybody, in fact. I'm glad you enjoyed your stay, Adia. All right, last few seconds here. If you want to get those votes in. Okay. Ooh, good news on the environmentalism front. Oh, I saw this. Polly, I saw this. Yeah, the 2-acre vertical farm. 720 acres. Yeah, that's what it was. 720 acres, 400 times more food production than the traditional per acre. Yes. My schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Tuesday, Thursday, 11:30 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's worth looking into if you're an environmentalist or you just give a shit on any way on any level. Look at the link Polymorpheus posted. It is worth looking into. Rhyolithica, somebody go share it with him. I set up an aquaponics system years ago, and I'm familiar with automation and that sort of thing. Hey, J Miles. Yeah, somebody brought him up earlier. I forget what they were asking about Malice. What the fuck were they asking about him? I don't remember. I do not remember, but somebody brought up Malice earlier in the stream, actually. I don't have a ton of thoughts on him because I haven't gone through a whole lot of his work, to be perfectly honest. But I mean, doesn't he hang out in like Fox News and Rogan and Rubin spaces a lot? Yeah, I'd have to look into him further. So I mean, my opinion is based on just, reputation alone. Imagine if we used the farms to produce zooplankton to feed coral to regrow reefs worldwide. Oh, I mean, the things, we technologized our way into this problem. We're going to have to technologize our way out. That's my opinion as a technologist.
Hades' request was again ignored, probably because of concern.
Okay. Yeah, I think he does. Just found out about him recently. I'm kind of new into politics, and he's the first person outside of you that I heard identify as an anarchist, but he seems on the other side of the coin. Okay, so he's probably a neo-libertarian who's using anarchism as a political cover again. This happens with ANCAPs. I'll try and remember to look into this dude more, since 2 people have asked me about him. J Miles, remember the next time you see me to ask me about Malice, and maybe I may have more to say at that point. But yeah, without doing homework, can't say. Wait, somebody tagged me. Oh, okay, that was you. All right. Yeah. Somebody should definitely bring it to his attention. But I do believe, what was the vote? Let me see the results here. It was 55% in favor of Lin Wu. Curio came in second with 27, 9% to John, and 9% to Clydeson. And nobody knows who Humdinger D-Man is. They're just some crazy drunken Aussie streamers that I follow. So let me set that up. I've heard of him on Thaddeus Russell's podcast, but it's getting boring because I think Thad just really needs to be an anarchist. All right. We're going to raid over to Lin Wu. It looks like she is doing some reading of, like, what is it? Anarchist arguments against terrorism right now. My people. Thanks for hanging out. You know, I take the weekends off. I basically don't even open Twitch. Like, you generally won't see me on other people's streams, that sort of thing. Weekends, I try and stay away. So I will be back on Monday, but I'm always available in the Discord community. So glad you guys enjoyed the stream. You should know by now, kaisthings.com, K-A-I-S things.com. It's where all of my stuff is. And I hope you guys are as well as you can be. Till next time. Thanks for hanging out.